Hey you guys, welcome back for another video. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Ashley, homeschooling mom to 7 kids. We transitioned from public school to homeschool about 3.5 years ago. And I have a lot of kids. And so on this channel, mom stuff, homeschool stuff, large family stuff, traveling, road trips, a lot of that. So I wanted to do a video because it's kind of funny when I see, and when I look back and I think how my parenting has changed from my first or even my second kid to my 7th kid. My parenting style has pretty much stayed the same, I guess. But as far as like what bothers me, what I allow my kids to do on, when I'm hit number 7. It's interesting when you think about it. So I kind of wanted to just kind of give insight on how I have changed from kid 1 to kid 7. And this is speaking for myself, okay? As always, my disclaimer is speaking for myself, what I do, and it's all about your comfort zone. What gives you the peace of mind as a mom that you're doing okay, but you're not stressing yourself out so much with all the little things that you don't enjoy kind of what's in front of you. And that is my kind of utmost, my very first thing, not sweating the small stuff. When I had my first kid, I wasn't like super paranoid about everything. But I was a lot more paranoid than I am by number 7. Not sweating the small stuff. There are some things that you just have to let go. And I feel like as a new mom, I was just very like on edge a lot. I made sure that he got those 2 naps at the same time every day, did things right by the book. And in my defense, I only had one child to focus on. So my focus for him was doing things the right way, the correct way, by the book. And I let a lot of outside influence, like advice, kind of steer my parenting. And I've kind of realized as he's gotten older, now granted he is my oldest, and so pretty much everything he does is a new experience for me. It's a new chapter, as he went to school. That was my first kid. As he, hit 10 years old, that was my first kid in double digits. Like, there are so many firsts with your first that you kind of tend to just like keep them in this bubble. I laugh because I also did the high chair covers, and I did, at the store, at the restaurants and stuff, I did the seat covers at the store, the cart covers. And I don't even know where like it flipped to the opposite, but I was almost like, oh my gosh, I cannot take a car seat. I cannot take a cart cover into the store. Like, I don't have time for that. We just need to hurry up. And I would literally plop him in there. No sanitizing the car. No, of course I would never think of doing that now, just with everything that's going on. But there was a point where I went from like wiping down the tables and making sure there was a table mat if we went to a restaurant, and making sure there was a high chair cover. I don't even know where that kind of turn came about. I don't even know what kid that was, to be honest with you. But at some point it did. And it was kind of like, you know what? These little small things, like, yes, those are good sanitary measures, but does it look clean? It's probably clean. Like, that's my mentality now. So don't sweat this, not sweating the small stuff in those kinds of things, but also not sweating the small things in how your kid behaves. Everything is a a season in your life, your toddler, your newborn, your baby, it will all pass. If you are having a tough time in this particular season, know that it will pass. Me recognizing that has caused me to really savor those times, because this is all fleeting. This is all coming and going in the blink of an eye, no matter how many kids you have. And once that season of life is gone for that particular child, it's not coming back. So savor what you can and do not sweat the small things. If they spill milk, it's not that big of a deal. You know, that saying, don't cry over spilt milk. It's hard sometimes, especially when you have a lot of kids. But don't let it consume you if there's an accident. You know, if somebody spills something, if somebody has a leaky diaper, just don't let it consume you. It will pass, and you will miss the cups on the floor. I'm not at that stage yet because I still have cups dropping all over the place in my house, to be honest with you. But I know to savor those moments, and I have learned that with each kid. I find that with each kid that I have become more, I don't want to say motherly, because I don't want to make it sound like I was not motherly with my older kids. That's not it. I have become more sentimental as I've had more kids, because I realize and I've seen how fast it goes. And so with each kid, I savor it a little bit more. And I savor it a little bit longer, and I don't sweat as many small things with each child because I see how quickly it goes. Picking your battles. At the beginning, I will not say I let my kids get away with everything by any means. But now I feel like there are some things that I will let them do that I probably wouldn't have let my older kid or my older two have done if it was just them, as far as eating habits. If it keeps you as a parent sane, let them have the other juice box. Let them have a juice box before dinner. Like, there are some things that it's just not worth fighting over. And I'm not saying let them get their way all the time. But there are some things that it's just like, if you're busy making dinner and feeding feeding a baby and doing 10 things at once, if it keeps them quiet, let them have the juice box. Like those kinds of things where it's not going to hurt you. It's okay. So pick your battles. If it keeps you sane as a mom and you are doing a million other things at one time, it's okay to let them have the juice box, let them have the piece of candy. It's okay. A little dirt don't hurt. I used to wash my oldest kid's hands constantly. This kind of goes along with the cart cover and the high chair cover. When he got to kindergarten, was it kindergarten or pre-K? Pre-K and kindergarten, actually. He went from being a not sick child to actually pretty sick, whether it be fevers or whatever. And I think his immune system just wasn't used to it. And so when he got fevers and things, it was pretty intense. Again, my opinion, totally my opinion. I feel like a little germs, it's okay. I have become one of those moms, if we were at church and the pacifier fell and I didn't have a wipe to wipe it, I'd stick it in my mouth to rinse it off and give it back to them. Funny, but true. It's just, you do what you do to get through the day and to survive in this time of, especially when you have a lot of littles. My kids range all the way from 11 to 6 months. And as I have more, they've gotten closer together. And it's just you do what you have to do to survive and get through the day. That's just what it is. Birthday presents. Less is more. When I look at birthday presents from my oldest kid, it's crazy. It's like I had 3 kids that I was buying presents for. Unbelievable. Now, some people are okay with that, and I'm totally okay with that if you're okay with that. For me, less is more as you have more kids, and they will value those presents instead of like this enormous pile of presents. I will say that we do Christmas is pretty big. Santa brings quite a bit of toys, but also tries to be practical. So as we have gotten older, I have, as the kids have gotten older, I have become more practical with birthdays as far as gift giving and things. And Santa has become quite a bit more practical as well. Things more that they need, but that they enjoy. Pajamas, cool notebooks, things like that, where they can use them and it's not just a bunch of junk. Because when I would go to the store for my oldest, when he was having a birthday party, I would grab like everything. Does he like this? Do I think he'd like this? Does this look fun? I would literally grab all of it. And I kind of had to like really stop and retrain myself as I got more kids. So birthdays and things like that, I have learned that less is more, and the things that you do get, get things that they can use, that are functional, that they can use, but they also like, and they also think are fun. Taking trips is so important. So we did not start taking trips until my 3rd kid was about 6 months, because that's when we got our minivan, not the bus, but the minivan. And from then on, it's been constant. Taking trips is so, so important. And just showing them and letting them experience other states, just not your own little bubble, letting them experience so many different things and see so many different places is just so much fun. And I love it. I just love planning it. I love going on road trips and being able to stop at different things, different places that you wouldn't normally go to. It's just so, so important to give them that worldly view. And now we haven't taken any international trips or anything like that, but in our bus, I will link the bus tour if I can. And giving them that opportunity to see so many different things. They love it. They've grown up with it now. And we try and take them as much as we can. So trips, so, so, so important. Hand-me-downs are okay. Hand-me-downs kind of got like, maybe people didn't think they were like cool. Like, I don't want to give my kids hand-me-downs. Like, what's the fun in that? It saves you a lot of money. I have 4 boys and 3 girls, especially girl clothes. There are some baby clothes that like my kids never even wore. Hand-me-downs are okay. And I do about, 2 to 3 times a year. My husband, not I, takes the boxes down from the attic, and I have them grouped into different age groups. Boys, newborn to 6 months, girls, newborn to 6 months, that kind of thing. And I will go through it when it's time to switch them out, and we do like a rotation. And the kids that get the clothes think that it's new clothes. So it benefits everybody. Now, my older 2 kids, obviously, since they're the first, boy and then girl, they don't get hand-me-downs unless we get it from friends, which we do get sometimes. So that I'm thankful for as well. But they typically get the newer clothes. Now I do, like for holidays and stuff, I will make sure that I have something holiday specific and then, buy accordingly. But as far as like everyday clothes and stuff, it's amazing. So a lot of hand-me-downs, they are okay. I used to think like, oh, I just need to go and buy like a whole new wardrobe for my girl number 2 or my boy number 2. No. So these are kind of just random little tidbits on how my parenting has changed from 1 kid to 7 kids. How my viewpoints have changed a little bit. I have become a more lax parent, and I'm okay with that. Some people might not be okay with that. Some people might be the same all the way through for all their kids. I have just learned to kind of let things go and just get through the day sometimes, because sometimes that is just what you need to do within reason. So if you have any other suggestions, comments, advice for all you large families, or even not large families, because I get advice from people all the time with 1, 2, 3 kids, and let me know. It changes you. Parenting changes you, I feel like, with each kid. And like I said, even on an emotional level, it has changed me. And I also think that's an age thing as well. You know, I mean, I had my first kid at 25, and with each kid, I've also gotten more mature. And so my parenting has evolved that way as well. But navigating all these different age groups, sometimes, I mean, well, at once, yes, but like my oldest, navigating him as being the firstborn. All these things are new to him, new to me. And you just kind of have to learn to go with it and get advice from people that have been there before you. So again, as always, comments welcomed, questions welcomed, advice welcomed, always. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe if you enjoy watching these kind of videos. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.